So I went to the doctor on Monday. It was a normal doctor's appointment. It was actually for prep to make sure that I don't get STDs. But I went and I was talking to my doctor about my binge eating medication making me depressed earlier this year. Ooh. So I was like, yeah, can we do a different medication? And he was like, your medication made you depressed? And I was like, yeah. I was like, I stopped taking it. Like, I weaned myself off of it, felt fine. After I started feeling better, I started trying to take it again, started getting depressed again. He was like, that's a really weird reaction. He's like, let's talk about your anxiety and depression. And I was like, can we just talk about my binge eating? Thank you. But no, he wanted to talk about my anxiety and depression. And so he starts going through different medications that he would like to try me on. And I was like, oh yeah, no, that one made me really paranoid and gave me really bad sleep paralysis. And then he listed another one. I was like, that one made me feel drunk all the time. Listed another one. I was like, that one worked at first, but then it made me have really bad mood swings. And he's just kind of looking at me and he's like, have you ever seen a psychiatrist? And I'm like, no, I have a therapist. And then my other doctor, that's where I also live sometimes, she's the one who manages my Adderall. And he's like, I want you to see a psychiatrist while you're up here because I'm in a different part of the state. And so I was like, okay. And so he starts going through different psychiatrists and he's like, so your therapist told me about that. And I was like, well, typically I love her very much. Things have always went really well. I've seen her for years, but my last therapy appointment didn't go well with her. It's like she just didn't understand what I was saying. And he's like, what do you mean? And I was like, well, I was trying to explain to her how I felt disconnected, and she said that she felt like it was about my hearing rather than how I was feeling. And so I started describing how I was feeling, and he was like, okay. And he just starts clacking away on his little keyboard. That made my laptop light up. But and I was like, yeah, before, like a long time ago, whenever I first started on my ADHD journey, she started listing which of my symptoms sounded like ADHD, but then she had a little category over here that said, like, she was like, these sound like autism. And he immediately stopped typing and looked at me, and he was like, I was right in the middle of typing that your reactions to certain medications make it seem like you have autism. So I was like, word, cool. And so he starts asking me all of the stereotypical, do you have problems making eye contact and stuff like that? And I was like, it's a spectrum, my dude. And I was like, sometimes, yeah, when I'm talking to people, I can't look at them, but if someone's talking to me, it's fine. And he was like, okay. He's like, it's obviously very high functioning, but I'm going to get you in with a psychiatrist because he can at least then help you navigate medication that won't make you have weird reactions that medication typically wouldn't cause. Stay tuned.